All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about a new player on the block it's kind of interesting. We're going to talk about VinFast, which seems like it's a Vietnam company. It seems like they have like a ton of money just like coming to the market, whether it's to like advertisements or just support or something. They're like tripling down, like quadrupling down on the US market to really try and push to see if they can sell a couple EVs or sell some EVs here. So definitely some interesting stuff. We're going to take a look at it, and we're going to take a look to see what I found so far and my kind of thoughts on the VinFast. But I want to know your guys' thoughts as well. Let me know what you think on VinFast. Do you think the cars look good? I was able to see a couple of them at the LA Auto Show, but we're going to talk about it. But let's roll the intro real quick. All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. My name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla. But today we're going to talk about VinFast, because even though Tesla cars are great, I am a Tesla fan and I've had 3 Teslas so far, and I want to get into another one as long as I got banned, but I'm going to try to figure it out. But you got to always keep your eyes open, see what's out there. There's a ton of competition coming to the market from all the different makes and models, but this one is a newcomer to the block and it's super interesting. I mean, VinFast, from what I've researched so far, it's a Vietnamese company that's a pretty big company, or a Vietnam company. And they're just going heavy down. I think next month or even this month, they're already about to start to deliver 5,000 vehicles to the US. They were at the LA Auto Show last week, so I got to see both of these vehicles in person. And they're kind of interesting though. I'm still not really sold on the look of it. I mean, I do like how they're just coming hard with, I guess, what they're calling SUV, but basically SUV vehicles for the space and size and all that stuff. And they're big cars. They don't, the front, I don't necessarily like too much, but I guess a lot of vehicles these days, I don't really like the front. The back, it's kind of whatever, but this vehicle looks really interesting. So you got the VF8 at $42,000 plus monthly battery subscription, and then the VF9 for $57,000 for monthly battery subscription. So on the surface level, those look like decent prices. But then you kind of get into this monthly battery subscription. So $57K so for basically a big size real SUV. But I guess you don't actually keep the battery when you buy a VinFast vehicle, or you could, but they want you to kind of subscribe. And so the VF9 and the VF8, $169 a month or $219 a month. And I guess this is kind of cool. You get to pick a battery that makes sense for you. But I guess like that's kind of expensive. So $200 a month times 12, that's $2,400. And then if you kept it for 3 years, that's like $6,000 to $10,000 on top of the vehicle. But I guess what's good is, like, let's say you went to go to switch to a different vehicle, you're gonna have a good battery the whole time. It's not gonna be like too degraded, I guess, and that's what they're kind of looking for. But definitely an interesting kind of way to kind of attack this. If you lease your vehicles, then this might make a lot of sense at the end of the day. But definitely super interesting that they have 2 different models. Of course, everybody's trying to go as big as possible with the biggest iPad in the middle of the center console, and this one just looks exactly like it. I mean, but you have to play with the UI. I don't think at the auto show we could go into each of these if I don't remember correctly, but at the same time, decent, a futuristic, I guess, interior with the iPad in the middle, or the iPad screen. Sorry, I can't say iPad trademark, but white interior is pretty nice. You got sensors built for safety. Does it have like a autopilot type of enhanced driver assistance? I'm not even too sure, but 10 years warranty, I mean, that's good. They're taking like the Kia or even Jeep route to try and just give as much warranty as possible. But I guess they're not going to have service centers. They're just going to stick with like this mobile service, kind of like what Tesla does now. Oh boy, I guess Tesla also has service centers, but definitely super interesting. I mean, the VF9 for a full-size SUV, probably with like a 3rd row. I mean, that for $57,000. I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, that there is no SUV in that price point, in that, you know, cheap price point. But definitely, you got the third row right there in the back. So this might be a super interesting vehicle. Maybe get it in like all black, so it's like super sleek, and then tint all the windows after that, so you really can't tell what it is. But I mean, people are really not going to not know what this is at all. But for sure, they're coming to the market strong. I mean, these are some pretty good stats. 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. That's all you really need. Anything under like 3 seconds or 4 seconds, you just need like 4 to 5 seconds, and that's really, really it. I don't see anything about like a driver's assistance. Okay, so right here, there's advanced safety, highway driving assist. So that seems like it's not as good as autopilot. Just kind of keeps you in the lane. Or not even as good as Super Cruise, but you know, definitely some super interesting stuff. But the one couple things that I saw recently, or at least in the past, that makes VinFast kind of interesting is they're really going as hard down on their marketing. So here's an article that I found that VinFast is to give $7,500 discount if federal tax credit is denied. So that, I mean, that's coming on strong to really try and beat out the market, because there's a lot of vehicles, including VinFast, that probably won't qualify for the full $7,500 tax credit due to the Inflation Reduction Act. And also, I think VinFast is opening a factory in North Carolina as well, so they might qualify later down the road, but that first few months or years is going to be crucial for that, to try and juice up sales for them. So it's super interesting that they're just going to be like, hey, here's, you know, $7,500 if we don't qualify, an extra discount, because then that really brings this SUV, you know, a really good deal, because then this VinFast SUV I think was like $57,000, give or take. VF9 with the third row, yeah, $57,500. So if that basically makes it a $50K SUV with third row that's electric. I mean, that sounds like a really good, you know, at least value, dollar for dollar money. If you just absolutely need an electric car, that seems like a slamming deal if they can deliver and actually get you the car, or in a, you know, a short period of time. If you can get in the next few months or even the next year, you know, great. But if you have to wait 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and maybe not, you know, that's not a good thing. The other thing I saw that was pretty funny was you could win a trip to Vietnam if you bought or put your name down for a registered order for a VinFast. So it seems like VinFast is, you know, of course, a huge company in Vietnam, and they have like a campus and all these different factories and stuff like that. So I think they have like a resort or something like that. So it's really funny that, like, or kind of cool that they can incentivize owners that, hey, if you buy a car from us, you might be able to come to our Vietnam resort and check out the factory and all that stuff. But definitely some super interesting stuff on VinFast. We'll start to see if these vehicles actually start to deliver. Let's see. Deliveries 5,000. Let me see if I can find that article. Yeah, let's see. So delivered 100 VF8. So that was in September. I guess there wasn't an updated one after that. But, you know, it's going to be interesting to see these vehicles start to drive on the road, and people are just going to be like, what is that vehicle? And then hopefully that helps them get more orders. But definitely some interesting stuff. If they can actually deliver a big, true third row SUV that's electric, third row for $50,000 or $57,000, then that seems like a slick deal in my opinion. But let me know your guys' thoughts on it. Definitely drop it in the comments below. Please hit that like if you're enjoying this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.